the plan, the master plan he's making reference to is right here. I'll give it to you after we leave tonight. The area that he's talking about, he approved 4, and I'm reading now right from the plan. Employment centers, general industrial, light industrial, research, office, corporation headquarters. I think that says a lot to you. Picture's worth more than 1,000 words. Secondly, Ted, you condemned my party, yet last week in the Central Post, you were proud to be one who works with the party. In addition, Ted, you said that I said I have no time for the township. I didn't say that. You said it. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, what Ted's not telling you is that he failed to support Assembly Bill A2634 and Senate Bill 1580. And Ted, while you're trying to figure out what that is, it happens to be the bill that I testified on before the Assembly Committee regarding our mobile homeowners here in South Brunswick. These people are facing a situation where some of their land that they are on may be sold and they need protection. I testified before the committee. I took time to go to Trenton to do that. I've also taken the time to go to Trenton and testify on other bills affecting our residents. I'm involved, Ted.
Thank you, Mr. Rogers. We have completed our questions that we have allotted for this evening. Before we go to our closing statements, I would like to thank Mr. Davis, Ms. Livio, and Mr. Perkiss for their interesting questions for the candidates to answer. I would like to thank our audience for respecting our request that they allow the candidates to be heard by the viewing audience. My thanks to you. I would like to now let our candidates make their closing statements. They are closing in reverse order from that in which they opened. Therefore, we will hear the closing statement of Mr. Steve Rogers. 3 minutes, please, sir.
Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we discussed a number of issues regarding the challenges that we as a township are going to face towards the 1990s. I ask you, please take a look around. Look around and think about what you're seeing. For 13 years, you have seen trees disappear. For 13 years, you have seen farmlands replaced with asphalt. For 13 years, you have seen rural roads turn into massive traffic nightmares. For 13 years, you have seen floods destroy your property. You've seen pollution kill our wildlife, and developers destroy our greenlands. Look around. Is South Brunswick better off than it was 13 years ago when Ted Cherry took office? 13 years ago, he proclaimed himself a watchdog. Today, in 1989, this watchdog is licking the nose of politicians and developers, wagging his tail in the face of the people, and barking only because it's an election year. When I'm elected, I'll be the watchdog. The watchdog who doesn't just merely bark. The watchdog who bites. If you like business as usual, I'm not your man. Then vote for Ted Cherry. But if you want strength to replace weakness, if you want courage to replace silence, and if you want the will of the people, you, the voters of this township, to replace the dictates of politicians and developers who have proven their track record under the auspices of this present township committee in which the deputy mayor of this township, who was appointed by the Republican administration he criticized, is speaking about. And I say, let's make a change. Vote for me. Vote for Stephen Rogers, because a change will be made. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Thank you, Mr. Rogers. Mr. Cherry, your closing statement, sir.
Yeah, I listened with interest at the sermon, and I appreciate it. Now, my opponent has spoken well here this evening. He has experience in broadcasting, and he knows how to shout. What he likes, on the other hand, is experience in government. And he has proven that to you tonight. He also knows little about South Brunswick, the community, its people, or its history. He's right when he says overdevelopment is a bad idea. That's what he speaks, but he acts differently. The Democrats knew that back in 1982, when we drew up a master plan designed to control growth. For the entire year, we went around, holding over some 30-some meetings from place to place for public input. But we used that input for the final version of the master plan. We reduced the housing density and industrial and commercial density from what it was in 1974. And Mr. Rogers probably did not know who was in control in 1974, his party. After the Republicans took power in 1983, things got out of control. I worked hard to oppose the costless mistakes, but time and again, I was overvoted by the Republican majority. Still, it has been important for me to be there. I have acted as a watchdog, and the people in this community know that because I am accountable to the people of South Brunswick. They have returned me to office 5 times, and if I had a poor record of service to people, I would not have been returned to the South Brunswick Township Committee. In 1988, the All-Republican Planning Board adopted a new master plan. It's allowed for increased density, which developers asked for. The people of South Brunswick had little opportunity to put input. More recently, I have objected to the unfair property reevaluation, and that's something that have to be changed. In all, I want to say to the voters of South Brunswick tonight, you know where I stand. I've been with you. You have been with me. Let's have a great victory on November the 7th, 1989. I'll see you there, and God bless you.